Hey Aquarius, and welcome back to Deku Tarot. Welcome to your weekly tarot and astrology for July 6th through the 12th of 2020. So, can't believe we're already going to be halfway through July this week. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is for all you guys. If you haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to share the video if you enjoyed it. And check me out over on Instagram as well. So let's get into this here. We're using the Morgan Greer Tarot. And the only thing really to mention major astrologically this week is that we have Mercury retrograde in Cancer going direct at the end of the week, July 12th, 13th, depending on where you are in the world. And again, always expect Mercury to kick the door on its way out, and it does have its shadow period afterwards. So it's not totally over. But we don't worry, we have plenty of other planets in retrograde, so don't worry. They've got it going on. All right. Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Ooh. If you guys haven't, do check out my videos for the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn. I did like a general overview astrologically and did a general tarot because again, it's like a 6-month period that the effects of this eclipse will be taking place, and there's a lot happening astrologically. And then I did a pull for each sign as well in a different video, so check those out. Wow, there you are. If something has ended or something has hurt you very deeply, because we have some intense cards here. If we've been through misfortune and pain in the recent months, know that that the situation is shifting, changing, and that things are really on the up and up. It feels to me like maybe where things have, again, maybe we've been through some really painful endings, some things where we've been stabbed in the back, hurt, or had things continuously not work out, where we've experienced maybe sudden misfortune, especially mental pain and torture, anxiety, fear, worry, and it has really drained us. Know that that period is over. Yes, the worst that has happened when the Ten of Swords is there. But in regards to the worst decision we could have made, we didn't have to make it. This almost feels to me like if we were afraid that we were going to have to make a certain decision, that we were going to have to do something that we weren't prepared to do, and we didn't want to make that decision, we didn't want to see it, it has happened. And in a way, now we don't have to make a decision about that, because what has happened has kind of done that for us. And that in itself is really an interesting thing going on there. I want to pull in more about that. Yeah. It's almost like this is a situation that you saw eventually getting to this point. And you know that there are both good and bad things to this. Maybe we didn't like what happened. Maybe it was very painful. Maybe it really brought us down, changed our life, brought us to a point of deeply, deeply felt despair, misfortune. But now we have an advantage because we see things for what they are, and we're ready to actually do something about it, to hold ourselves accountable for what we need to do moving forward. And maybe we are weighing our minds about a decision, or a decision that we didn't even have to make, and now we're like, okay, well, what do I do with that information? What do I do with that feeling there? What do I do with all that? King of Swords is here, or you're here to really sort your way through this. It sounded really funny. I didn't mean it like that. But there's a really fully commanded energy here. Fully seen energy. And if you were dealing with a Libra who couldn't make a decision, whatever has happened took the decision away from the whole situation. And you're actually seeing it as, okay, well, what happened had to happen. And I can see it in a different perspective now than when I was in it. And that might have been like you were in it recently. But now you have a different perspective because you've been through it. Because you can look back on this. Because you can take a higher perspective and say, well, I've learned something from this. And I can see things differently now because of this. And I can weigh out my options now moving forward. That's not even like I couldn't make a decision then. And maybe this is... It's interesting because there's a decision involved in this, whether you had to make one or not, or whether this whole situation hinged on a decision that you refuse to make, to pay attention to, something that you refuse to do. A path you decided, you know, we had two paths that we had to walk and we decided not to make a decision about it. But now we realize that accountability, responsibility must be taken and we're ready to do it in a really big way. So it's not even like you're really emotional about all this. It's actually like, okay, I'm ready to take all of that and start turning in the other direction here. And I'm going to just take what I've learned and move forward here. And the combination of the Fool and the Magician, it's very unstoppable feeling of certainty of power. I have everything I need to move on. I have everything I need to push myself forward here, and I know it's going to work out. I know I got this in the bag. I don't really have to worry about all those other things because I can get through it now. I feel like I've been through things that have been worse, and I don't think I can go back there right away. That couldn't happen a second time, possibly. So let's start taking new actions moving forward here. And what you have to know at the end here is the Wheel of Fortune is your fortune is changing. Things might have felt very rough at the beginning of the week. You might be feeling alone. You might be feeling the loss, the despair, the pain over something that has happened. But it's actually advantageous that it has happened because now you're in a stronger position and you're freed up for things to really shift, change, and become better. Your circumstances are changing, so don't be afraid to start moving forward in new directions. That third wand shows you going a path that you haven't gone before, doing things you haven't done before, seeing your ships come in a really beautiful way. So overall, this week is looking really nice for you, Aquarius. Even though it might feel really rough at the beginning, even though these eclipses might bring up some really painful moments and realizations for you. Really poignant pain. But you're ready to conquer it this week after what you've been through. Let's get a Lindsay Andrews Oracle card here. And do check out Truly Divine and use my code Deku30 for 30% off. You can use it as many times as you want. You can share it with as many people as you want. And you can get literally these amazing compatibility analysis, astrology, birth chart analysis, numerology analysis. And they're like 20-something pages long. Like, they're incredible. So take advantage of that, guys. You can use that code as many times as you want. And share it with your friends and fam. All right, why aren't we getting a card? There we go. All right, truth. So, are you living your truth? Your being is like a spirit lodge. Within this sacred place is your realization, the divine light of your creation. Live in your spirit lodge surrounded by peace and joy. Outside your lodge is the great wilderness where the rest of the world lives. That wilderness can become a battleground stained with the blood of ignorance and earthly pain. To have lasting power in the world, you must earn the trust of those around you. Most people live without a sacred place within, without a spirit lodge, and they do not know how to enter the spirit lodges of others. Live within your sacred truth. So, Aquarius, have a wonderful and blessed week, guys. Make sure to check out your readings for your other placements. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave me a comment. And have a wonderful and blessed week. Namaste.